What is up, my dear friends, and welcome back to another episode here on the Emotional Resilience Podcast. I am your host, relationship and emotional intelligence coach, Tylerjoestratton, with a desire to help you finally break free from self-doubt so that you can finally continue to move on and push forward in your life and overcome the struggle and build the resilience that you need to achieve the happiness and fulfillment, wholeness, and peace that you desire most in your life. And I'm doing that today by talking about the ways in which you are constantly holding yourself back, and 3 tools, if you stick till the end, that you're going to gain access to that has helped me to overcome self-doubt to be more of a high achiever. And what do I mean by high achiever? Just someone who gives himself the ability to set goals and achieve those goals without all of the extra struggle and setback that many oftentimes face. And realistically, I think we all face self-doubt in a period of time, whether it's in our confidence of dating, going after a bigger goal or dream financially, maybe trying to pursue our purpose-driven vision and better version of ourselves. And man, oh man, self-doubt will definitely hold you back. But before we dive into all of that craziness, I want to talk today something a little bit different. Maybe you'll find this helpful, maybe not. But I've been thinking a lot lately about how I can advance and improve this podcast with more information, more passion, and things that I genuinely very much am doing myself or enjoying, and a couple quick updates in regards to my life that has helped me improve my mind, body, spirit, emotional well-being. The first thing that I've been doing, and I'm pulling it up now, it's at 10xhealth.com. So if you go to 10xhealth.com, so I'm pretty big into supplementation, and I've been taking supplements for quite some time now, but the reason being, when I say supplements, I mean like multivitamins, minerals, supplements that help improve cognition, nootropics, things of that nature. Why? Because it takes a lot of energy and a lot of effort to do what I do on a consistent, regular, daily basis and show up as a better version of myself, a self that I'm just genuinely proud of and happy to be. And so last week, I had a good conversation with my wife about how we want to advance our health throughout 2025. And one of the things that I stopped doing that I used to do on a very regular basis was implement supplementation to help me feel a little bit more and aligned with becoming a better version of myself. So 10x Health, I went to 10xhealthsystems.com and checked out some of their supplements. Now, I haven't taken the genetic test yet, which is something I want to do. I think that is a $600 cost to kind of figure out which genetics are out of whack, and then you can supplement based upon how you're currently feeling in life. And so what I decided to do instead was I wanted to see if these supplements actually just made me feel a little bit better and if there was something to them. And man, oh man, I'm telling you what, I'm glad I made the $100 investment into these 3 supplements that I want to share with you that has helped me feel more at peace, less stressed, more energized, more focused. And the first one that I bought was the 10X Daily Essential Optimize. It's just a vitamin-rich mood boosting. It helps with mood boosting, digestion, and energy. And let me tell you, it is absolutely incredible. I definitely highly recommend that one. I also purchased, what was it called? I purchased the TMG, I think is that what it's called? Let me look up real quick, sorry. So I think it was TMG is something that I ordered. And another one, TMG, which if you don't know what TMG is, so TMG helps promote cardiovascular well-being, liver detoxification, and regular levels of homocysteine. Not sure what that is, but here's what I've learned on what it does for me. So when your body is unable to convert certain nutrients into energy, this helps you to convert those nutrients into energy to help you feel a little bit more vibrant and vitality and aliveness. So I bought that one, and the last one that I bought is one called Modula. So this is your ability to unlock your brain's full potential. It's basically a supplement that helps with increasing focus, enhancing memory, as well as improved mental clarity. And let me tell you, I feel like I have sharper focus, enhanced memory, and improved overall mental clarity, which is something I struggle with. So those 3 supplements, the Modula, TMG, and the Optimized Multivitamin, those 3 supplements I started taking last week, and I'm telling you, I noticed a immediate difference within the first 24 hours of taking those supplements. So I highly recommend those. Another thing that I've checked out that has helped my life improve significantly is a podcast by a guy that I have not, I've never heard of him. Maybe you guys have, but one of my buddies that I work closely with told me about this guy by the name of Paul Chek. He runs a Chek Institute and teaches spirit science, I think is what it is. It's a community, but check his podcasts out. They are incredible. His just way of thought are a little bit differently. I love what he has to say about how to reground yourself back to just the basics of life. If you want to live a better quality of life, it's sometimes you just got to move your body, you got to focus on your breath, you got to focus on solitude, and you got to focus on your purpose. These are pretty simple ideas, but simplicity can oftentimes lead to greatness as long as we continue to stay consistent with those activities. So checked out that podcast. And the last thing that I've been continuously doing for over like 2-3 months now is just daily walks. Daily walks has helped me to clear my mind, to help me rejuvenate my body, and to help me get out of my headspace and put me into a better headspace where I just feel like I can take on more of the day. So those are 3 things I just wanted to bring up real quick to kind of talk to you about that has improved my life. And I want to start maybe implementing those more, maybe the lessons that I've learned in the past week, the supplements that I've taken, or the things that I'm currently doing to help kind of evolve the human experience that I'm walking through on a day-to-day basis. But now let's just dive into today's episode where we're going to talk about basically what's holding you back and how to overcome self-doubt. So if you've ever felt like you were made for more, but something inside you keeps stopping you from going all in, you're not alone. Today, we're going to talk about a silent struggle that holds so many people back, which is self-doubt. You know, that voice inside your head who says, who am I to be able to achieve this? I'm not ready for this yet. And what if I failed? That voice isn't the truth. It's just a story. It's a paradigm. It's a perspective. And in today's episode, we're going to expose it, reframe it, and give you a way forward so that you can stop sabotaging your own potential and begin to let go and to move on to becoming the version of yourself that you're excited to become. So let's talk about part 1. Part 1, why do you hold yourself back? Why you're holding yourself back? That's a very basic question I oftentimes ask myself. And let me start with this. This is a reminder for myself, but you're a part of my conversation. So why do we hold ourselves back? Well, it's because we feel tired, fatigued. We doubt a lot of things, but ultimately, let me start with this. You are not lazy. You are not weak. You are not incapable. If you've been stuck, stalled, or playing small, there's a simple reason for it. And often it comes down to fear masked as self-doubt. That's right, self-doubt. Self-doubt sounds responsible. It sounds cautious, but underneath it all, it's usually fear of rejection, fear of failure, or just fear of success and what it might require of you. That's probably my biggest one. Is when I'm pushing for a goal, when I'm pushing for something I truly want out of life, I'm fearful of how much energy, time, and effort it's going to take before I reach that specific goal or achievement. And man, oh man, it's like I don't like feeling tired. I don't like feeling fatigued. I don't like feeling foggy in my brain or in my thought process. And when I'm achieving anything in life, I oftentimes find myself in that lazy mindset. And so if you feel like you're there, don't worry. The goal is to continue to push through. So hear me out. So instead of taking action, self-doubt oftentimes causes us to overthink. So we wait, we plan, we keep preparing to start, but we never actually start. And eventually you internalize the pause as a personality trait. Maybe I'm just not that confident, or maybe this isn't truly my dream, or maybe this isn't what I truly want out of life. But here's what I want to tell you. You're not unconfident. You're just unpracticed. Confidence comes from doing. It comes from evidence. It doesn't show up before the action. It's something you build by acting anyway. Even when I don't feel like producing this podcast, because I'm waiting to the last minute, it's Monday, and I'm here recording a podcast to make sure I hit my deliverable as recording a weekly podcast every single Monday, and that's what I'm doing on Monday, to record this, to then edit it, to then distribute it along the way. Yes, I do all of that myself, and sometimes I just do not feel like doing it at all. But the thing is confidence comes from your ability to do, not your ability to think. Actually, thinking leads to procrastination. That's why I usually ask for forgiveness second before I do what I do. I always do before I ask to do it, just because I'm in the spirit of doing rather than the spirit of asking. And so just quit beating yourself up. Stop thinking that you're unconfident. You're just not super practiced in that area. So we all experience that. We all go through that. We all struggle with that. And ultimately, that can be okay. That's part of the human experience. It's part of evolution. It helps us to recognize that, hey, if I'm not doing it, must be because I'm just constantly thinking. I'm constantly in my head. And sometimes that's why I walk, is because I'm too lost in my head. I have too many thoughts, too many ideas, not sure which one to act upon. Therefore, I go out, disconnect from all of the digital distractions and the constant swiping, and go out for a peaceful walk, a walk that's filled, and so I'm surrounded by nature, God, source, love, energy. I remind myself during that walk, because walking enhances dopamine, that I'm speaking the self-doubt out of me. I'm walking with purpose and intention. I'm controlling my thoughts. I'm keeping my head held high, my eyes to the sky, and not toward the ground. Because listen, I'm telling you what, you cannot walk with your head held high and feel self-doubt. It's hard to do. Maybe you can do it, but it's hard to do. So once again, I just need you to know right now that self-doubt sounds responsible. It sounds cautious, but underneath it, it's just your fear of rejection, a fear of failure, or a fear of success, and what it might require of you in order to achieve that thing. Confidence comes from doing. It comes from evidence. It doesn't show up before the action. It doesn't show up in thought. Confidence, you can't think your way into confidence. Confidence happens when you act accordingly to who you say you want to be and do what you say you want to do. That builds confidence. That overpowers self-doubt. So start doing more than you are thinking. Number 2, there's science behind doubt and action that we can talk about. Here's what most people don't realize. Your brain is wired to protect you, not to push you. Your brain is wired to protect you, not to push you and motivate you. So when something feels uncomfortable, uncertain, or risky, your mind sounds the alarm. Don't do it. Stay safe. Stay the same. And unless you override that reflex, you'll keep repeating the same habitual thoughts, behaviors, and patterns. And the only way to retrain your brain is to take small, consistent daily actions before you feel ready. One decision, one step, one rep. That's all it takes. One decision, think it. One step, one rep. That's it. You don't need a 10-year game plan. You need 10 seconds of courage. That's it. Just 10 seconds of courage. Hit publish, send the message, apply to the job, sign up for the course, take the action, and the confidence will come. You will overcome self-doubt. And I'm telling you, when I allow myself to do more than I think, that is when I step into my confidence. That's when I overcome self-doubt. I allow myself to go for a walk if I feel like I'm too far in my head, or I oftentimes write down why I'm stuck in this thought. What is my biggest fear? Why do I fear this? And then I move into action right away. Even if it sucks, even if this podcast sucks, even if my thoughts are scattered, even if no one's following along, I'm still going to go after it, because that's what I have to do in order to become who I want to be. The only way I can become who I want to be is by doing the very things that version of myself would do. So I act as if, which moves me into step number 3, which are the tools that I told you about at the beginning of the podcast that I wanted to offer you to give you some actionable takeaways, things that you can implement in the next week into the next podcast, which is, let me give you 3 tools that have helped me personally. And many clients I've worked with break through self-doubt. The first one is the tool that I like to call name the lie. You got to identify the exact thought that's holding you back. Step 1 is identifying the exact thought that's holding you back. Write it down. Then just ask yourself this question. Is this objectively true or just a fear-based story? If it's a fear-based story, run, go. It's time to count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take action right then and there. Number 2, second big tool here is just find the evidence. Make a list of times you've succeeded, shown up, or figured it out before. Proof kills self-doubt. Confidence loves evidence. And how do you get evidence? You act accordingly. And tool number 3 is act like the future you. You got to picture yourself for a minute, and this is what I do during my walks, is you got to picture the version of yourself who's already doing what you dreamed of doing. What would they speak into life? How would they dress? How would they move? How would they start showing up? And how about you just start showing up as them now? Why not? Just claim it. It's who you are. It's ready to be claimed. You're ready for this. If you feel that tug, if you feel that war within, it's because you're ready. It's because your old version of yourself is currently dying and the new version of yourself is being reignited. It's being fed. Let's feed that sucker. So if no one's told you this lately, my friend, you are not behind. You are not stuck, and you are not too late. You're just one brave decision away from the momentum you've been craving. So here's the challenge this week. Take one small action your future self will thank you for, even if it's scary, but especially if it's scary. You don't need to feel ready. You just need to start. Because the truth is, you were never really holding back. That fear was. And now you know what to do with it. My friends, self-doubt is upon you. It's time to start acting in alignment to who you want to be so that you can build the confidence that you need in order to be courageous to take the next step toward a happier, healthier, more positive, and wealthier quality of life, because you deserve that. And I believe that, and I believe in you. So I hope you found this podcast helpful, supportive, encouraging, and or uplifting. And my friend, I'm excited to offer you something that I've been working on for years and years and years, and it's exhausting, it's tiring. I've been managing my self-doubt in that process, which is a brand new community. That's all I'm going to say, but it's a brand new community that's going to help you significantly improve your overall life experience through confidence, happiness, through actionable activities that you can implement in your own life. And I'm excited for you to be welcomed into that community once it's all completed. But stick around, subscribe to the podcast, because this is where you're going to find out the next steps that you can take to help evolve your human experience.